Take a look at the Florida Derby, and what a great form line it's been in years past, Caleb.
Look at those names, most of which was the favorite. Always Dreaming was the favorite, so was Nyquist, so was Orb, so was Big Brown. Barbaro should have been the favorite. And don't also forget that the last 2 years, the Florida Derby's given us the favorite in the race, whether it be Forte or Fierceness. So this race, over the years, either gives us seemingly a winner or a favorite most years.
Some of the big stars that we've seen in years past. Let's bring up the field for this year's edition of the Grade 1 Curlin Florida Derby, coming to you from South Florida. Take a look at this. 10 of the best. Leading the charge, Sovereignty at 8-5. Look fantastic last out, and we'll be looking to soar in this one again. This was the Fountain of Youth, taking out a couple of the big shooters from last to first in the Royal Blue for the Godolphin team.
And you don't see this move at Gulfstream Park. You're out of the television screen. You're going to come into it and get the win in deep stretch in the Fountain of Youth. First start of the year for Sovereignty. Now, Dubs, one thing that stood out about that morning line, TBD for the jockey. We know Junior Alvarado suffered an injury over the weekend, has, I believe, a fractured shoulder blade, and they're going to be out for at least this race. So they're going to have a new jockey for Sovereignty, but horse kind of does his own thing. I mean, Bill Mott told Junior Alvarado, get him going in the turn, and got going, he did.
Should be charging late as they hit the lane in turn 4 home. We've got one of the West Coast Warriors making that trip out to Gulfstream Park, Madaket Road. There was a lot of buzz early on the trail here. We turn it back to the Revel Stakes with Irad Ortiz in the irons.
Caught an absolute flyer out of the gate. I did not project him to be on the lead. There were 3 other really fast horses, and he took it right to those horses. They were well clear down the stretch. Keep in mind, Tiz Tastic's back there. He's the 13, I should say, in this race. Finishes 5th. Coal Battle, the number 1, has never lost on dirt. Sandman's very well regarded. Publisher, the 6th, they've said has been training like a dynamo. So really nice second. I'm curious, though, to see if they go to the lead again in the Florida Derby.
Taking a look at some of the big Derby profiles for Madaket Road, now sitting with 31 Derby points. Will it be enough? Likely going to have to build on that this weekend. Coming in for trainer Bob Baffert in search of a big return beneath the Twin Spires for 2025. 4 starts, looking for that second win coming up this weekend. Disruptor could be looking to deal with him. Fresh off that maiden special weight right here at Gulfstream Park.
You know, he had a quality race on debut. This is start number 2, and he's going to run up the score. This horse is by Gunrunner. I absolutely adore the Gunrunners and how they improve over time. I do think, though, Dubs, Disruptor is the one that probably has the biggest challenge, because in this race, he had a very simple setup. Outside, stalking, best horse in the race. The setup on Saturday is not going to be the same, because either, number 1, you need to run way faster to make the lead, or you're going to be coming from off the pace down towards the rail. So it's going to be a totally different setup for Disruptor. First time versus winners, and also first time versus stakes horses.
And great news for you players. We've got the money back special coming up for both preps this weekend. So taking a look for an MBS play in the Florida Derby. Who's taking your dollars, Caleb?
I've come this far with Madaket Road, and we're not turning away now, Dubs. Madaket Road, again, I've said this before, sometimes you feel like a poker player when you judge the trainer and how they adjust with the horse. Well, when I look at Bob Baffert and how he's treated Madaket Road, they originally wanted to go to Churchill Downs to lift a 3-year seal, but he didn't get in. They went to the Rebel when they thought that maybe Barnes would go, or Citizen Bull. They're going to the Florida Derby. I mean, he ran just 1 horse as opposed to multiple horses in the Rebel. Everything I'm seeing from Baffert, he entered into a graded stakes race on debut. This horse is working like a dynamo. He's always felt like the 4th or 5th best Baffert, but I'm telling you, I think he's got an ace up his sleeve, and let's see what he's got this weekend.
The best could still be to come there with Madaket Road. You can play that MBS special. I'm going to throw a little chalkier one into the mix here. Sovereignty looked fantastic right out there at Gulfstream Park with that last effort. From last to first, I like the run style. I like it coming up for this weekend, and I love it the first Saturday in May. Coming in for the boys in that Royal Blue, certainly going to have a lot of polish, and with a slight step forward in chase of another target, which I do think we'll get on the pace setup this Saturday afternoon. Watch out for Sovereignty. I think could be the one to take out.
And the sire Into Mischief obviously needs no introduction. He has, I think, like 12 horses that he's either sired or grandsired. But back to Sovereignty, in the entire career of Into Mischief as a stallion, this horse could go down as the best 2-turn closer for Into Mischief. We know they're known for speed. We know they're known for front running, but Sovereignty, kind of a very unique Into Mischief.